Found footage horror has created some of the most terrifying and believable cinematic universes ever captured on film. These movies don't just scare you, they convince you that what you're watching happened. By utilizing handheld cameras, security footage, and a documentary-style presentation, these films blur the line between fiction and reality in ways that traditional horror films never could. What makes found footage universes so psychologically effective is their commitment to authenticity. Every shaky camera movement, every technical glitch, and every moment of chaos feels like genuine documentation of supernatural events. These aren't polished Hollywood productions. They're supposed to be real recordings discovered after terrible tragedies. So, in this video, we're breaking down 8 found footage horror universes that have redefined what cinematic terror can be. From witch curses in the woods to demonic possessions caught on camera, we're exploring the complete mythologies behind the most convincing fake documentaries ever created. These films prove that sometimes the most effective horror comes from making audiences believe they're watching real events unfold. Universe 1. The Blair Witch Project, Burkittsville Witch Mythology. The Blair Witch Project created the template for modern found footage horror and built one of the most detailed supernatural mythologies ever captured on film. Set in the Black Hills Forest near Burkittsville, Maryland, the universe centers around the legend of Ellie Kedward, a woman accused of witchcraft and banished to the woods in 1785. The Blair Witch mythology spans centuries, with documented disappearances and supernatural events dating back to the 18th century. The witch's influence manifests through psychological manipulation, time distortion, and the creation of stick figures that serve as territorial markers and psychological weapons against intruders. What makes this universe particularly terrifying is how it treats the forest itself as a supernatural entity. The woods become a maze where standard navigation fails, time moves differently, and the witch can manipulate reality to trap victims indefinitely. The found footage format makes every rustle in the leaves and snap of twigs feel genuinely threatening. The mythology establishes specific rules for the witch's behavior. She's most active at night, uses psychological torture before killing, and can manipulate time and space within her territory. These consistent elements create a believable supernatural ecosystem that feels like genuine folklore. Universe 2. Paranormal Activity, Demonic Attachment Reality. The Paranormal Activity universe encompasses multiple films and establishes a comprehensive mythology surrounding demonic entities that attach themselves to specific bloodlines across generations. The franchise establishes that certain families are marked by ancient demons who systematically terrorize and possess family members over decades. The universe operates on the principle that demonic activity escalates gradually, beginning with minor disturbances and building to full possession and murder. The found footage format, utilizing security cameras and handheld devices, captures this escalation in real time, making viewers feel as though they're witnessing actual supernatural documentation. What makes this universe uniquely terrifying is how it treats ordinary homes as battlegrounds between human families and ancient evil. Every creak, shadow, and unexplained noise becomes potential evidence of demonic presence, transforming familiar domestic spaces into sources of constant anxiety. The mythology reveals that the demon Toby has been targeting the same family line for generations, using children as primary targets and manipulating family dynamics to create the trauma and fear that feeds its power. This creates a universe where family history becomes a source of supernatural danger. Universe 3. Wreck Series, Quarantine Infection. Universe. The Wreck universe presents a reality where a demonic virus spreads through an apartment building, transforming residents into violent, infected creatures, while authorities establish a deadly quarantine. The found footage approach uses news cameras and security footage to document the outbreak in real time. The infection operates like a supernatural plague, spreading through bites and creating creatures that retain human intelligence while becoming violently aggressive. The quarantine setting creates claustrophobic horror where escape becomes impossible, and every floor of the building presents new dangers. What makes this universe particularly compelling is how it combines elements of the zombie apocalypse with demonic possession mythology. The infected aren't just mindless monsters, they're people transformed by supernatural forces. making their attacks feel both physically and spiritually threatening. The universe establishes that the infection has religious origins, connected to demonic possession and exorcism rituals gone wrong. This adds a layer of cosmic horror to the survival scenario, suggesting that the outbreak is part of a larger, supernatural conspiracy. Universe 4, Cloverfield Universe, Monster Attack Documentation. The Cloverfield universe uses found footage to document kaiju-level monster attacks on major cities, creating a reality where giant creatures emerge from unknown origins to destroy human civilization. The handheld camera approach makes viewers feel like they're experiencing the attack alongside the characters. The monster mythology suggests these creatures come from deep ocean trenches or alternate dimensions, representing threats that humanity is entirely unprepared to face. The found footage format emphasizes human helplessness in the face of cosmic-scale dangers, making every moment of survival feel miraculous. What makes this universe uniquely terrifying is how it presents apocalyptic events from a ground-level perspective. Instead of seeing the big picture, viewers experience the chaos, confusion, and terror of ordinary people trying to survive incomprehensible destruction. The universe expands across multiple films and formats, suggesting that monster attacks are part of a larger pattern of supernatural or extraterrestrial threats that government agencies are secretly monitoring and attempting to contain. Universe 5, VHS, Anthology, Cursed Media Universe. The VHS universe operates on the premise that certain videotapes contain supernatural content that affects anyone who watches them. Each tape in the anthology presents a different supernatural threat, but all share the common element of cursed media that bridges the gap between fiction and reality. The found footage format is essential to the universe's mythology. The supernatural events are only captured because someone was recording at the time. The act of recording appears to increase the likelihood of the supernatural manifesting. This creates a reality where documentation itself becomes dangerous. What makes this universe particularly modern and relevant is its exploration of the relationship between technology and supernatural activity. The universe suggests that recording devices can capture supernatural phenomena that human senses might miss, but this documentation comes with deadly consequences. The anthology format allows the universe to explore multiple types of supernatural threats, from alien abductions to demonic possessions to time anomalies, all connected by the common thread of cursed recordings that kill or corrupt anyone who views them. Universe 6, the Poughkeepsie Tapes, Serial Killer Documentation. The Poughkeepsie Tapes creates one of the most disturbing found footage universes by presenting itself as a documentary about a serial killer who recorded his crimes over many years. The universe treats these recordings as evidence in an ongoing investigation, making the horror feel all the more uncomfortably honest. The killer's methodology involves extensive documentation of his crimes, creating a vast archive of footage that serves as both evidence and a psychological weapon. The found footage format makes viewers complicit in the act of watching this documentation, creating an ethical horror about the act of watching itself. What makes this universe particularly disturbing is how it presents evil as systematic and methodical rather than supernatural. The horror stems from the human capacity for cruelty, rather than monsters or demons, making the threat feel more immediate and realistic. The universe explores themes of media consumption, voyeurism, and the ethics of authentic crime entertainment. By presenting fictional atrocities as documentary evidence, it forces viewers to confront their relationship with violent media. Universe 7, Chronicle, Telekinetic Powers, Reality. Chronicle uses found footage to document the discovery and abuse of telekinetic powers by 3 teenagers, creating a universe where supernatural abilities emerge in ordinary people with devastating consequences. The handheld camera approach makes the power development feel authentic and immediate. The universe establishes that telekinetic abilities come from exposure to an unknown crystalline substance, but the powers corrupt users over time, leading to increasingly dangerous and antisocial behavior. The found footage format captures this psychological deterioration in real time, What makes this universe unique is how it treats superpowers as a corrupting influence rather than a gift. The characters' abilities grow stronger as their moral compass deteriorates, creating a reality where power corrupts, and ultimately power corrupts. The mythology suggests that the crystalline source of the powers has appeared throughout history, implying that telekinetic individuals have existed before, and that the current outbreak is part of a larger pattern of supernatural emergence. Universe 8. Lake Mungo. Supernatural Investigation Universe. Lake Mungo presents itself as a documentary investigation into supernatural events following a family tragedy, using interviews, photographs, and video evidence to build a complex ghost story that feels like genuine paranormal research. The universe operates on the principle that traumatic deaths can create supernatural imprints that affect both the deceased and the living. The found footage format, combining documentary interviews with security footage and photographs, creates a comprehensive investigation into life after death. What makes this universe particularly compelling is how it treats supernatural activity as something that can be investigated and documented using scientific methods. The film presents evidence like a real paranormal investigation, making the supernatural elements feel plausible and well-researched. The mythology explores themes of grief, family secrets, and the possibility that consciousness survives death in ways that can be detected and recorded. This creates a universe where the supernatural is treated as a natural phenomenon that science has not yet fully understood. And there you have it, 8 found footage horror universes that have redefined what cinematic terror can achieve. From the Blair Witch Project's forest mythology to Chronicle's telekinetic corruption, these films demonstrate that the most effective horror often stems from making audiences believe they're witnessing real events. What makes found footage universes so psychologically powerful is their commitment to authenticity over spectacle. By using handheld cameras, security footage, and documentary techniques, these films create immersive experiences that feel like genuine documentation rather than traditional entertainment. These filmmakers have created a new language for horror storytelling, using the grammar of reality television, security footage, and amateur video to craft experiences that feel uncomfortably real. They've shown that in the age of smartphones and social media, anyone could potentially document the supernatural. Which found footage universe convinced you most effectively that what you were watching was real? Did these films change how you view amateur video and security footage in real life? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more explorations of cinema's most innovative horror. Remember, in the world of found footage horror, the most terrifying question isn't whether monsters exist, but whether someone might be recording when you encounter them.